ESPN Radio 1700. Now, live in studio, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content this morning, please join me in welcoming our featured guests and repeat offenders, both of them. Brent Humpherys, Humpherys Homes and Estates, welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. I might even let you talk today.
I love it. Is this microphone on?
Well, we didn't have it on Monday for you, so we might let you talk today. Well,
there we go.
My wife got really mad at me. She always says that I don't let my guests talk enough, and then she said, all Brent said was hello.
Wow. Mindy, thank you for the plug.
Good stuff. And Lance Indes is in the house.
What's going on, guys?
It's been a while since you've been with us.
It's been a while, yeah.
Holy cow.
You need to call me more.
You must have been out golfing a lot.
Oh,
don't let Jim hear that, right?
Right, yeah.
we don't want them to hear those things over at the office. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. You can reach out to me directly at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. A lot going on in the markets today. We'll chat about it. Got to obviously, those of you that did not listen to the broadcast on Monday.
So I know who's ass to kick.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna be checking out. You'll probably understand why I didn't let Brent speak. We had a whole segment or segments of information for Brent to share. And we got carried away, Brent, chatting about solutions for change and their big event coming up.
We did.
And it was a great message.
It was a worthy cause.
Worthy cause. I certainly...
They're rescuing homeless families and permanently rehabilitating them and removing the sense of entitlement, reducing government dependence, and making them productive members of society. So I can always come back and yield to that.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get some of Brent's information in, because he's got some great information to share, as well as the information. I mean, if it wasn't real, truth be told, if it wasn't for Brent, I would not have even known about Solutions for Change and the great cause and their great mission. So we are very, very honored to be working with them and trying to do our part to bring some, I guess, knowledge to the cause. Yeah. And you know something? Here's the thing. Because you're listening this morning, we're going to give away a little secret, and I can because I just sit in the host chair every day. So every Friday we have a date night. It's Ron Siegel Radio Date Night presented by Reunion Kitchen and Drink, and the question for tomorrow.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not going to say what the question is. The answer, though, who is Jessica? So now the question, you'll have to tune in tomorrow if you want to get the question so that you can figure out, maybe you want that $100 gift card for Reunion Kitchen and Drink. Maybe you want the Starbucks card. Maybe you want the tickets to go to the movies. Just a thought. I don't know if you don't want all those things, then don't put the answer on Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. Just a thought there. That's but there is the answer. Shameless plug for you to listen tomorrow. Economic news, there's 282,000 more people filed for first-time jobless claims this week. The Intelligent Money said that it was going to be 270,000, so they missed it by just a little bit. Trade deficit, very close to expectations. So they got that one not quite right. The European Central Bank President Draghi suggested that the ECB is ready to expand its stimulus programs. Really?
Surprise! Surprise! surprise.
About time they finally did something over there. We're going to get our new jobs number tomorrow, so you should be looking for a very, very volatile stock market tomorrow. We are up, as I'm speaking right now, about 140 points. The 10-year Treasury, it's down a little bit, which means that the prices are up, yield down. That's good for mortgage rates. That's a good sign. And we're going to really find out. Tomorrow will really be a telling point. If the jobs gain is under 200,000, most people are fairly confident that we will not have the federal funds rate increased. So we'll see what their confidence level really means. Moving right along. How about Poway, the city of Poway? That's down in San Diego County, I believe. Brent, that's down by you, isn't it, Poway?
Yes, it is.
Well,
92064.
92064. Okay, so we're actually looking at the overhead version of Poway right now. They're taking the city council is enacting what experts say is unprecedented emergency ordinance that bans unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as drones. So right now, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Lincoln, Nebraska, they're the ones that are saying no drones. Philadelphia, they're saying no drones when the Pope gets there. I wonder who's going to be looking down on the... I thought there was already one guy looking down on the Pope.
Oh, man.
I'm a Jewish kid, though, so what do I know? But we were talking last week. We had, I think it was last week or the week before, we had John Gregoritz in. He does a lot of drone work for real estate. And he was making the comment that here's Poway is considering a drone an unmanned aerial vehicle. I guess there is some legislation or some contention that drones are really a toy. And they're not an aerial vehicle because you can't ride on it. So it's going to be interesting to see what the unintended consequences are, where they go with this. Are we going to get more legislation? Who's going to enforce it?
I bet you could get a guinea pig to ride on one of them, though, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You fenced it?
Absolutely.
A guinea pig?
Why not?
I don't know.
You could put
I'll
something
be the
on
guinea
it.
pig.
There you go. There you go. Nice one.
You just want to look down. I don't want to see.
You really took flight with that one.
Can't take him anywhere.
The puns
You really can't.
Lance, we can really get in trouble with you sitting over there today. Holy cow.
I didn't say hamster. Just noticed that.
I'm not going to even go there either.
Anywho.
Moving right along, how about the city council in Anaheim? Thank goodness there are still 3 people on the city council who have a brain. There are 2 that are questionable. Unbelievable. Trying to scrap public transportation. Can anybody realize what the problem is with public transportation? Why would the city council be so against public transportation? I understand the mayor's anti-progress in the city of Anaheim, but now they're voted to try and stop the streetcar. Now,
What?
yeah, the mayor doesn't want a streetcar that runs around in the resort district. I can't figure that out. And every study we have found now, Brent, I'm not going to ask you about this one because you're too old. Lance is the right.
Whoa.
Lance is the demographic here. He's the millennial. He just got out of diapers last week. So the youngster in the room.
I'm going for that hair dye now.
But Lance, everything that we read about, you fit into the millennial category,
Sure.
don't you?
I would say so, yeah. 32.
18 to 34.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
you're there. And everything that we see about the millennials, they want to live close to where they can get entertainment.
Entertainment, work.
Less driving. They want
Exactly.
public transportation, nightlife. Would you, as a millennial, wouldn't that be something you'd want as a streetcar that you can get on to
Absolutely.
go to nightlife?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think it would be awesome to have that. And to do away with that, you'd be using a lot more Ubers. You'd be driving around yourself more. The streetcar idea is fantastic.
And obviously the mayor and cronies were against the Arctic. Have you used the Arctic?
No.
I mean, I haven't even used it myself. I mean, when I went, we went to Del Mar to the races recently, and actually I had to drive down there because I was going to see Brent the next day over at the studio in San Diego, the ESPN at our
Nice.
flagship. But Mindy came home on the train right from Del Mar. It was a great ride. She said they had a good time. A lot of people from the track right up to Arctic.
There's way too many cars in California as there is anyways. So...
And you know something, it's kind of ironic that the mayor is against this when I just saw an article that the Republicans had to try and fight in Sacramento to stop or to push back on a bill that mandates 50% less driving by the year 2030 in the state of California.
Wow.
Mandating 50% less driving. Brent, it'd put you out of business.
Yeah, it would.
Right? I mean, how do you...
Have to show property by drone.
So you can't sell them in Poway then?
I'll have my guinea pig, get back to you about the prices. Yeah.
So it's getting way out of hand. We're going to have to get this back under control. So we're going to take a break. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, 1 in 3 Orange County homes for sale are priced above $1 million. What do you really need to qualify for a mortgage? How to get the most out of Social Security benefits, and Brent brought his top 10 list. Obviously, it's low budget. Remember, you can reach me anytime. Call our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel lending team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel lending team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel lending team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL lendingteam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
I love Solutions for Change. They're dedicated to solving family homelessness, one family, one community at a time. They do beautiful work, truly changing lives. They're a big event of the year. It's the 5th annual gala, an evening to remember with our American heroes. Saturday, September 19th in the Jet Source hangar at the Carlsbad Airport. It's going to be awesome. Taya Kyle, author and widow of Chris Kyle from American Sniper, is going to be the main speaker. Joining Taya will be Navy SEAL and former pro football player Clint Bruce, and I have the honor of attending the festivities as well. Jeffrey Strauss from Pamplemousse Grill will be catering the evening. There's going to be a hosted craft cocktail reception, live entertainment, silent and live auction, all to raise money for Solutions for Change. Tickets are available. Please grab them as soon as possible. I'd love to see you there. 760-941-6545. That's 760-941-6545. or solutionsforchange.org.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission, lending partners will give a credit at closing, the title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too.
Who's doing the voice right now?
All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306.
Okay, those of you on live stream, you're listening to every word the Prince says.
We can show you
it's kind of
our
fun, isn't it?
appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Holy cow, easy for me to speak this morning, maybe not. I'm going to be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So some of you may be wondering, well, I'll tell you that in about a minute, because I want to first go into the real-time real estate segment, again brought to you by the VIP Hero program. Interesting article, and Lance, I don't know, well, you follow this a little bit, probably closer than I do, just in the sense that, I mean, obviously we both follow the Orange County real estate market, but I think you follow, what's his name, Stephen Thomas?
Stephen
Thomas a lot.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
Pretty good guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously I'm not a big fan of the Orange County Register, but John Lansner is a good guy also. Article came out stating that 1 in 3 Orange County homes are priced above $1 million. Are you seeing that out in the marketplace?
Yeah, I mean, obviously certain cities, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of high inventory. Prices are too high. What do you think, Brent?
Well, prices are high, but rates are low, so it kind of all works out.
Do you think we're going to see a market correction eventually? They're talking by November.
Of what?
Just
rates or property?
Just houses come down a bit, the prices.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't either.
Reason why would they? There's here, let me throw some statistics at you, and I'm going to share this. I'll share my opinion right here.
Okay.
The register's generally misleading people, in the most part. Now I look at Steve Thomas. He does a good job. He does his reports on housing. Does a good job. John Lansner does a good job. The area that they misrepresent in many instances, and here's why I say that property values are going to continue up. I was listening to Tommy Thompson the other day. He is the Orange County, I believe, president or CEO of the Orange County chapter of the California Apartment Association. And he said 92% occupancy rate in the rentals of Orange County. Mm-hmm. And you look at 92%, obviously, now I'm a simple guy, right? That means 8% are vacant.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Pretty basic math.
Well,
and the 8% are those. A good percentage of that 8% are rehab.
Right.
So if you decide that you're going to move out of a rented unit, and you give your 30 days notice, you move out September 1st, there's going to be a lag in there of time that they've got to paint and carpet and clean and get it ready for the next tenant. It's
true.
That's going to be about 8% of those properties.
Rent increases, I mean, I've been renting since I was 17 and a half years old. I mean, rent increases have gone up 5% since last July in the rental districts. And then you mentioned Steve Thomas. I want to get this out before I forgot. The decrease right now for demand has gone down 1%. And they also said that the
increase for demand
for pending sales.
Okay.
And then they also said that new listed properties in Southern California was only 11 new properties in the last 14 days that are not pending sale. Just new listed that hasn't had any activity.
11 new properties in the last
2 weeks
in Southern California.
Well, like Anaheim. I'm sorry, Orange County only.
Oh, okay, Orange County.
Just Orange County. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say 11 properties. Heck, I think I've seen more than that come across my desk alone.
But I mean, that's 708 properties less than last year at this time.
Okay, so then let's just analyze the numbers you just said, right? I mean, 11 properties, North Orange County. We've got virtually no rental units available. Rents increasing, mortgage and interest rates are down.
Right.
The demand has to be going up because we're still having babies and people are still moving out of mom and dad's house. People are coming to go to schools, colleges. People, so there's new housing formulation. So if there's no supply and demand, there is demand. Where are prices going?
That's what's weird is the demand's kind of quiet. It's not moving as fast as they say.
Well, we're going to chat about why that is, because the simple solution to that is maybe people have some misperceptions.
Maybe.
And one of the misperceptions that's coming out from surveys is that people don't understand what it takes to buy a house. Mm-hmm. They're thinking that they have to have a great credit score, and the millennials define great credit score 780 or better. I mean, yeah, 780 or better is a great score, but you don't need a 780 or better to buy a house.
No.
And they're thinking that, again, going from the surveys,
they don't qualify.
That you have to have a minimum of 20% down. And we know that's not the case.
I think Zillow thinks you need to have 20% down, and they've been talking to the Union Tribune in San Diego.
Wait, what's Zillow?
The Union Tribune, obviously, they've come up with their numbers saying that San Diego's the 4th worst city in America to buy a house too. So
right.
I wonder if they get their articles. Do they cross-pollinate with the Register?
I don't know.
I mean, because holy cow, they both have some bad information. But in any event, that's the real-time real estate segment brought to you by the VIP Hero Program. If you want to see if you qualify as one of the heroes for Ron Siegel Radio, it's really, really simple. VIPhero.com. There's a form right there. You just fill that out. And today, believe it or not, today is the last day that you can get the summer buying guide. The very last day to get Ron Siegel Radio's summer buying guide. It's free. All you have to do is text HBG, Home Buyer Guide, HBG, to 79564. We will send you that guide free. Again, today is the last day for the home summer buying guide. If you don't get it today, it will be retired. You'll have to go to the Smithsonian. I think they've accepted it that they'll take the buyer's guide that we've been passing out. So
You used to work there, right, Ron?
I started it. You smart aleck. Somebody turn off his mic. There's got to be something for us to.
I'm texting that right now. 79564.
79564.
HBG. Boom.
So, Lance, you
Dunzo.
sent us some good information over, and I almost read it this morning. So maybe.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, okay. So when I
Let me pull that back up really quick.
So when I ask you about the median selling price for homes in Irvine, I'll be putting you on the spot.
Yeah, let me pull up the name.
More or less than $936,500, Lance. Mm-hmm. Or is it right on?
That's pretty spot on. Let me. Sorry.
Is there a gift card to Reunion based on this?
I'm still looking for Jessica.
Nice.
Who is Jessica?
Oh, who
Come
is
on now,
it?
you gotta-
Oh, okay.
I wish I had the Jeopardy music, but I'm a little slow there. See, a lot of people sending in for that book right now. Thank you. HBG to 79564. Newport Coast median selling price, Lance, $1.62 million.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Yeah, my goodness.
Look, compared last month, new home sales down 6.5%.
Let's see.
Wow.
Yes. Well, this includes obviously. This isn't just single-family residence. This is condos. This is planned unit developments as well.
But new home sales up 18.1.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Well, you know something. I like the resale. New home sales. I've been involved a couple of times on new home sales, and there's a lot of. Do you do much in the new home sales world, Brent?
I do a few.
The thing that bothers me the most is most of us, and you know more about this than I do. I've only bought a couple houses in my life. You help a couple people a week with a new house. So here's the concern. So many people stretch to buy a new house, and not doing stretches like Lance does all
We're
the
not
time.
talking
He's
yoga.
physically fit.
Okay.
Oh well, thank you.
So
He's being nice now.
He is.
I'll get back to my normal ways. Don't worry. So people stretch to buy a house. They spend, they try and get as much as they can. And when they do that, you're going to. The issue becomes with a new house. They've got to put in. A lot of times they have to put in flooring. Mm-hmm. They have to put in window covers. They have to put in landscape, hardscape. All these different things, and if you don't know about doing those things, do you save that money in your budget?
No, that's why homeowners associations are so adamant.
Mixology on ESPN.
Hello, I think somebody coming in the background there.
That's why homeowners associations are so adamant about requiring people to complete their landscape within 6 months in many cases. And many buyers just don't adequately prepare and save for that.
And it's, again, one of those things are the idea of you have to have great representation, somebody that can help you. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to share with you when you're talking about somebody going to help you. Again, Brent, I'm going to have you pipe in on this. If you're looking at a new home and you walk into that trailer to look at a new home, they're going to put you on a log, and it almost precludes you from getting great advice from somebody like yourself.
Well, it does. Yeah, most home builders, first of all, the common misperception of buyers is that if I walk into a brand new home, if my realtor represents me, I'm going to pay more for the property. And the answer to that absolutely is no. Most major builders, in fact, everyone that I've seen, and Carrie and I in our first, I think, 12 years of marriage, we bought and sold. We were in 19 real estate transactions, buying and selling, flipping brand new homes. Not every one of those was brand new, but most of them were.
Really?
So we have a lot of experience in this. And builders set aside a certain amount of money for marketing, and they pay the real estate agent out of that budget. And so it's coming out of a different coffer. When you have representation, you have an agent who has experience, who can read the CC&Rs, read the HOA rules and regs, can read the contract, which supersedes the residential purchase agreement, time-tested and proven in the Golden State of California or anywhere else, and find out who pays for what. What happens if the lender's appraisal is not the amount that you're paying for the property? Do you have to just come out of pocket? How is your earnest money deposit of sometimes 20, 25 grand dealt with if you decide to back out?
We're going to check on that. Hey, hold on to that thought, Lance, because we've got to pay the bills, man. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to find out what Lance had on the top of his head, other than the headphones that we're wearing right now. You can reach us anytime. Call our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a loved one who wants to stay in their home, but you have health concerns about it? The Preferred Care team understands the challenges of caring for your loved ones. Their goal is to keep seniors as independent as possible while maintaining their health, safety, and overall well-being. Whether you need just a few hours a week or 24-hour care, Preferred Care caregivers are trained to meet your needs. Call Preferred Care at 714-696-9150. That's 714-696-9150. Or visit preferredcare.com.
Ron Siegel Radio Date Night Trivia, presented by Reunion Kitchen and Drink. Friday, Ron will pose a question based on-air conversations during the prior 7 programs. The person to post the answer according to the guest conversation will win a date night package, including a dinner gift card for Reunion Kitchen and Drink. You might even be able to say hi to Ron when you visit Reunion Kitchen and Drink.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio, or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today brought to you by Commerce for a Cause. We've talked about the cause before. You just need to go there and get set up. Commerce for a Cause. If you want information about taking 20% of your credit card processing fees and giving it to the charity of your choice, all you have to do is let me know. 800-306-1990. I will put you in touch with them. How to get the most of Social Security benefits. That is the subject. Now, most of us don't know these things. Most of us don't even have this on our radar. Lance Indes, he's already there. He's already collecting Social Security at his age. He looks pretty good for that age, for those of you that are watching us on live stream. Lance, did you wait till age 70 or did you do it at 66, 67?
Yeah.
Here we go. So how do you get the most out of it? Here's the big thing. A $500,000 decision. When you take Social Security, if you take the difference between, for the average person, taking Social Security, the difference between getting it at age 62 versus age 70 is a $500,000 decision. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm looking at making a $500,000 decision, I am not getting my guidance from somebody down the street that I don't know if they know anything about what they're talking about. Do you know what it means to delay your benefits? Do you know what it means to pay back your benefits? How about voluntarily suspending? File and suspend. Those are all items that weigh into that $500,000 decision. So here's the issue, and I'm gonna pick on Lance for a minute because I already probably know the answer. I always pick on Lance. What the heck? Lance, do you know what it means or when you should be filing and suspending your Social Security?
I don't.
Good. And neither does 99.9% of the rest of the world.
I honestly don't.
Right.
At 32, I don't know.
99 point, and I'm going to say this, at age 50, I didn't know the answer to that either. I'm older than 50 now, so I know the answer because I went into a couple of seminars where people that are paid to understand it know it,
right,
and we were able to answer the question. Here's the other part of that. Believe it or not, if you have an ex-wife, and you were married to an ex-wife for 10 years or more, she has more control over your Social Security than your current wife.
Oh my.
Figure that one out, but it's true.
Wow.
Most people don't know that. Do you know that you could have 5 people collecting on your Social Security and it doesn't affect your benefits? These are all issues that are facts. And I'm not going to go into the right answers and what's right for you and your family. What I want you to know is there are people that I know who can give you all the answers and analyze your situation specifically, because I can't do that on air. The answer for Lance may not be the same answer as it would be for Brent, and it may not be the same answer as it is for me.
I know I'm collecting sooner than Lance just from looking at him.
Yeah, well, he's independently wealthy, so he'll never collect, so what the heck.
Oh my goodness.
That is the Word on Wealth segment, again, brought to you by Commerce for a Cause. So before the break, we were chatting. I wasn't listening to what we were chatting about. What were we?
New home construction.
New home construction, and Lance had something on the top of his head, and now he's on his phone, so I don't even know who he's talking to.
Well, no, is
somebody giving you guidance on the phone? I mean, I know you're the millennial.
Oh yeah. I'm being coached as we speak.
Coached as we speak.
No. Brent was talking about his experience in real estate, the things he's been able to accomplish in his past, and we always talk about on this show having a household board of directors, people you can trust when you're going to buy or sell a house. You have your team,
right?
And so some people think that you don't need a real estate agent, but they don't realize the benefits. And I was reading an article. Just some of the things you talk about here is experience. You have local experience. You get access to the property. You can go see properties. You can have buyers. That an buyer's agent show you the property. And then here's another thing. Some people forget this. There is no cost when you're the buyer.
That's right.
I mean, basically, the article said an agent's commission is paid by the seller, but most buyers don't realize this.
That's right.
And they don't even see the value that they get when they're working with a trained professional. And so I just wanted to set Brent up like that, because having that, your lender, your escrow, your title, your chosen agent, your home inspection guy, your pest and termite, all these people are very good to have on your team.
I want to set you up a little, Lance, because one of the things, I'm good at setting you up all the time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I believe that it's really important to have a great household board of directors. And I believe that, if I'm buying a piece of property, and I'm going to I'll throw this out to both of you a little bit here. If I'm buying a piece of property, escrow's purpose is basically to be the independent referee, so to speak.
Sure.
For the lame person,
referee's a good word.
They're the referee, right? They look at the rules. The buyer sends them what they want in the rules. The seller sends them what they want in the rules. They put it together as a purchase agreement, and they send it. And then the lender sends in what their rules are and what they need. And the escrow guy, he gets to deal with all of it.
Yeah.
Or gal.
Or gal. Absolutely. Absolutely.
PC failure.
Yeah,
That's a joke.
What was the new Oxford Dictionary? You have to call them MX.
Wow.
No, Mr. or Mrs. in the new Oxford Dictionary.
Oh, dear.
When they came in, they did approve wine o'clock, but MX is now the term for those that don't want to be identified or are unidentifiable.
Yep.
I don't know.
So escrow,
Wow.
escrow
So let
pretty
me
much.
ask you this. Here's what I want to understand. Escrow is doing all those things that we just talked about, and only in most instances in the contracts, only one person selects the escrow company. If I'm buying a piece of property, I'm really having more need to deal with 2/3 of that transaction. The seller is dealing with their side of what they want and expect, but as the buyer, I want to deal with my side of the purchase, but I'm also having to deal with the lender of some sort in most instances. Is there a way of me getting any say in that part of the transaction?
Well, absolutely, at the negotiation.
Okay.
Because in paragraph 7 of the purchase agreement in California and paragraph whatever the rest of the country, well, and many states don't use escrows.
Right.
They use closing tables with attorneys. But if you are in an escrow state, the negotiation allows the buyer and seller to put their terms out and to counter each other if they disagree. So it's not mandated that the seller chooses.
So how is it that, there's two different questions I'm going to throw out here. I know in 2009, California enacted the buyer's choice law. And as in many instances, Sacramento puts these laws in place and they don't understand reality. So what ends up happening is it is negotiated, like you say. So even though the law says it's the buyer's choice, there's no law that says the seller has to accept the offer.
Well, no, the buyer does get a choice. They can, when they submit their offer, they can say who they want to use for their lender. They can say who they want to use for their escrow title. But the seller, this is why we talk about the difference between a seller's and a buyer's market. And Brent knows way ahead of what I'm talking about. If you have a buyer's market, you have a listing agent and a seller who've had a property, let's say several months. They're not getting any offers. A strong buyer comes in with a solid offer, but they want to use their escrow and their title. A lot of times, they're going to relinquish that to that request.
That's right.
So it's a matter of who's got the stronger hand.
But if a seller is getting 10 offers, right, Brent?
Correct. Yep.
So then the seller's got the stronger hand in that situation.
They can pick whichever one they want.
And it also becomes, and I'm going to throw this out there, not because Brent's here and I like him, and I do.
He's a likable guy.
Right? But it also has to do with who's got the representation that knows what the heck they're doing. Right? I mean, that's a big
Absolutely.
part
I've seen
of it.
some really bad escrows, and I've seen some really, really good escrows. But look at 2009 when this buyer's choice came out. At least in San Diego, 45 to 50% of our inventory was bank-owned. And the banks had deals in the back rooms with these escrow and title companies, and they demanded that you use their providers because it was all bulk. They knew exactly the way the bank wanted it. They had the addendas and the contracts. And so this buyer's choice, there was a workaround. The banks would say, sure, you get to choose escrow and title, and you'll pay for it if you do.
Right.
We'll pay for it if you choose ours. And you know where that went.
Sure. So it's always a negotiation. So I did give a little bit of a harassment to Brent earlier, which I'm good at harassing Brent on a regular basis.
Nothing new.
Brent's top 10 low budget.
Yes.
But I neglected Brent to throw in there just because, in radio we like to tease a little bit so people will listen to
Bring it on, baby.
So our teasing here is the fact that Brent's top 10 low budget home improvements.
Yes.
So let's go with a couple of them. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them, being that
Well, I
we've
can
got
give
to
just
pay the
headings
bills.
if you want.
Well, throw it out there and then take a breath, and Lance and I might pipe in when you take a breath.
So first, have an interior designer who usually charges around $100 an hour come out and walk your property. Find out exactly what you need to do with paint, rearranging furniture, spatial awareness, furniture flow,
Is that going to
lighting.
give me more money?
It's absolutely going to get you more money.
So I'll be able to sell my property for more money by doing that?
Yes, especially if you list with me. Sorry. This is live.
I'm cheap, so I do that.
Yeah. And a realtor will do it for free. So if you want an experienced agent who knows what it's like to sell properties for more money, or who shows property to buyers and knows which properties buyers run from or run to, have a realtor come out and meet with you. Second one, paint. Paint's wonderful. Paint's very inexpensive. Licensed.
Bright red.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Why not? You want to use paint colors to maximize the attractiveness of the property. And often that means painting over darker colors and going for more neutral. Because let's face it, the home that you're going to live in is not the same home that you're going to sell. So that Kermit the Frog lime green that you liked in the kitchen, you may want to paint over it because it will look more neutral and appeal to more people.
So the fact that my son, when he was younger, painted his room green and yellow for Packer colors.
Sure.
Probably want to cover over that.
Yeah, if it looks like
especially if you're a Charger fan.
There you go. Yeah, very good.
That's the LA Chargers? Is that the ones you're talking about? I just digress right there. Don't get mad at me, Southern California. We're going to get more to Brent's top 10 low budget. When we come back, you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. Remember, you can reach me anytime. Call our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCAL-BRE number 018694552.
I love Solutions for Change. They're dedicated to solving family homelessness, one family, one community at a time. They do beautiful work, truly changing lives. They're a big event of the year. It's the 5th annual gala, an evening to remember with our American heroes, Saturday, September 19th in the Jet Source hangar at the Carlsbad Airport. It's going to be awesome. Taya Kyle, author and widow of Chris Kyle from American Sniper, is going to be the main speaker. Joining Taya will be Navy SEAL and former pro football player Clint Bruce, and I have the honor of attending the festivities as well. Jeffrey Strauss from Pamplemouse Grill will be catering the evening. There's going to be a hosted craft cocktail reception, live entertainment, silent and live auction, all to raise money for Solutions for Change. Tickets are available. Please grab them as soon as possible. I'd love to see you there. 760-941-6545. That's 760-941-6545 or solutionsforchange.org.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
It's a two-way street. Take care of your car and it will take care of you. So always use the gas that cleans. Chevron with Techron. Care for your car.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message as your consumer advocate. I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Yeah, for those of you watching us on live stream, we're just, Lance, wave at the camera.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We're on a little bit of a delay there, but I can see that you are watching right here. Glad to see you there with us this morning. I'm going to check out of that so I can chat with you a little further here. The Mortgage Minute today brought to you by An Evening to Remember. Brent, September 19th?
That's it.
Evening to Remember, Carlsbad, Palomar Airport, whatever they call it down there.
40,000 square foot luxury aircraft hangar.
Ooh, nice.
Sorry, I'm a broker. Square footage is everything.
There's way too many jokes I can take there, and I'm not going to even do any of them.
You can wing it.
Because no big deal, buddy.
Sorry. Just plain humor.
What do you really need to qualify for a mortgage? I'm gonna race through these. We'll probably talk about them a little more tomorrow. A down payment. How much was the down payment to millennials? Very interesting information. FICO scores. You need to know what they are. So if you haven't talked to our friends over at Credit Sanitizer, get a hold of them. You need 689 is the average FICO score on an FHA loan that's been approved. If you're a prospective buyer, ready, willing to buy, but not sure if you're able, talk to a professional. Household Board of Directors, Lance was good enough to remind us all about that. Hopefully you can hear us now. Can you hear me now? That's the question. Hopefully I'm kind of chatting there with our engineer, Steve. Hopefully you can hear us now over there. If you can't hear us now, I won't know that, but we're going to continue our chat with you right now. We've been chatting about Brent's top 10, and I think in the interest of time, because I want to hear, I've got another question for you, Brent.
Okay.
Give me the headlines of the rest of your top 10, and then we'll tell people how they can get the report.
Yeah, good. Have the windows professionally cleaned. Eliminate age reminders, such as taking out old smoke detectors and rocker switches and putting in new ones at $2, $3 a piece.
So Lance can get rid of his Depends.
Yeah, there you go. Spruce up the front. Spruce up the front entry, right, ladies? Before you go out on a date, you put on lipstick and makeup. It's first impression. Why don't people put lipstick on the house? You roll up and you got cobwebs.
On a pig. Doesn't do any good.
No, I know, but we don't sell pigs.
Oh, okay.
Here's my favorite. Add a smart device to the house. $200 or $300 at Home Depot or Lowe's or your neighborhood hardware.
Smart device?
A smart thermostat that allows you to connect to the property from your smartphone and control the heating and air. Now you can market your property as a smart home. I've done this.
As opposed to a stupid home.
Correct.
So 99% of the houses out there are stupid. This one here that Brent Humpherys Homes and Estates is marketing, this is the smart one.
That's right.
Got it.
Switch out old kitchen appliances. Go to your neighborhood ding and dent type, appliance store where something's broken in the back or there's a dent, but when you put that refrigerator back in, they'll never see it. And it's wonderful. You get appliances for about 50% off.
Mm-hmm. That's a great way to save a lot of money. I mean, even if you're not moving, go to that ding and dent. I mean, I know the one that I use because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
And you put if you've got a dent in your refrigerator and it's in the lower third in the back.
Yeah.
It's going to be hidden by the cabinets anyway.
If it's anywhere in the back, it's hidden by the cabinets.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so it's.
Or go to Craigslist and get yourself a really nice top-of-the-line stainless steel fridge for $500 to $700. Mm-hmm. At least in California, refrigerators that are not built in don't convey automatically anyhow. And so if the buyer wants to pay for it,
great. Wait. Back up. You got way too...
I'm amped.
He's simple guy. They don't convey in California.
No, they don't, unless they're built in.
Mean?
That means that if you've got a refrigerator that's freestanding and is not bolted into the property, it is not included in the purchase unless the buyer specifies it in the contract.
Holy cow.
So the buyer pays for it, you just got your money back. If the buyer doesn't pay for it, put it back on Craigslist. You've already established market value for the fridge when you purchased it.
Right.
You can't lose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, light bulbs. Put in bright light bulbs. All those old bulbs that get a little bit warm when they've been on for 3 or 4 minutes, put those in. An illuminated house is a home that's going to sell faster. Those energy efficient little pigtail CFLs.
But you can't buy those anymore. You can't buy those iridescent bulbs.
Not from the store.
We're not going to get into that, Brent. This is live radio. I don't want to get you in trouble. But you know something? I'm gonna just say it right out. I appreciate your list, Brent, but number one, if you want the list, just let me know. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. I'll put you in touch with Brent, and he'll get you the whole list. But does it really matter? I mean, we've only got 3 days left of summer, or the unofficial end of summer.
Yep.
Right? I mean, they talk about that Labor Day is the unofficial end. I think the real end is somewhere around the 20th of September. But I got to leave my house, and I can't sell it until the spring anyway, right?
Well, that depends. This is a great conversation. So we missed the end of summer, the hot selling season. Should I still put my home on, or should I wait till spring? And the answer is it depends. But let me break down the it depends so you weren't misled into listening to this broadcast. Because this is quality radio here, okay?
Where?
Right here. First of all, the advantages...
Lance, are we with him?
Yes, I'm dying to hear what he has
This is quality radio.
We've never done quality radio before. Where did we get him from?
This is quality stuff.
Let's
so
go ahead.
the advantages to waiting until spring: expectation that prices are going to be higher, that the market's going to appreciate, increased number of buyers, statistically, year after year, a higher number of transactions. So more buyers means more opportunities for those multiple offers. Anticipation of getting the dream home before summer, where families start out early. Where I have a lot of relocations, they call me from around the country, March or April, and they let me know they're coming in June, but they want me to keep an eye on the market.
Sure.
So that's another advantage to waiting until spring. And then finally, flowers in bloom. And I hear that we're going to get rain. You know, there's grass is going to be greener. The birds are going to sing louder.
I'm hearing El Nino is going to be crazy in November.
95% chance of an El Nino effect this year.
My gosh, we need the rain.
And 60% chance it'll be the worst in history.
Oh.
Or the best in history, depending upon your... But unfortunately, now, Brent, you've got a big advantage on Lance and I here. In San Diego, they've actually done a lot to capture water. They've been building that infrastructure in San Diego County. Orange County, we're a little behind. We haven't. So we're going to get the El Nino, and we're going to fill up the reservoir that we have to our west.
We need it.
Good.
We need it bad.
And unfortunately, we don't know how to use the reservoir on the west.
You should see Peters Canyon right now in Orange. There's absolutely
no water. You know what the reservoir on the west is?
No.
Pacific Ocean.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead. Tell me why
oh my God.
Here are reasons why you should consider selling now. Conventional wisdom says, oh my goodness, the market's hotter in spring, so let's go ahead and wait. But we don't know what interest
so that
rates...
means there's going to be some more supply then.
There could, yeah, absolutely. So buyers...
prices might be lower then.
That's correct. Buyers may have more choices. You know what the supply and demand is like right now. You know that interest rates are low. But let's face it, at the end of the day, most families want to sell their home during the summer, prior to the kids going back to school. But newsflash, not every buyer is a family with kids. What about the single? What about the single professional that wants to get a condo downtown? The person that doesn't.
The term DINK.
Yeah, dual income, no kids.
Yeah,
that's right.
Right.
Yeah, we're one income.
Almost there,
what
Lance.
did you call me?
I didn't want to know my acronym because we're one income, multiple kids, right?
Right. I don't even want to go there either.
Yeah, but think about it. Real estate will always sell.
Right.
And the first thing you want to ask yourself is, do I live in an area that's desirable? If you don't, then maybe you want to really put your property on the market.
It doesn't matter when you put it up for sale.
That's right. But, I mean, for San Diego, Orange County, Inland Empire, very, very desirable areas. There are things that happen all year long that are very good for real estate. One is people are having babies. And we love babies. Babies are good for real estate.
You're talking about babies.
I know.
You're really active on the baby scene.
Yeah. Today. Keep making babies. Because
do you have some announcement that we're supposed to be hearing about?
No. Except that I cried like a baby after the last election.
Oh.
Baby reference. Okay. Sorry. Good. I love everyone. Okay, but as people continue to have babies, they count the number of children they have and the number of rooms, and then they call me or they call another realtor. So babies are good for real estate.
Oh, you sell rooms?
Yeah, exactly, I do. People divorce. Now, this is a sadder portion of the discussion, but people divorce 365 days a year. When they divorce, suddenly a family that needs one home now needs two. Divorce is good for real estate. The statistics are clear. 70% of divorces end in a home sale. And these aren't just seasonal.
And you know, so in Orange County, we got the double 70s here.
Do you?
70% of first-time marriages end in divorce.
Wow.
That's the statistic for Orange County.
That's very sad.
California is 60% of first-time marriages end in divorce.
That's sad.
And 100% of the time when I talk to people, they're not going to be one of that 70%. Go on.
Very interesting.
We got about 30 seconds left.
Okay, very interesting. The other thing is, if you put your home on now during the holidays, imagine this: you've got the seller that's getting 10 or 15 showings per day or per week, and they're exhausted, and someone wants to come at 6 o'clock, and like, goodness, can I just please take the home off the market for 1 or 2 days? We just want a breather. How about the person that calls you the day before Thanksgiving and says, I really want to come after work and look at your property? Do you think that buyer is a looky-loo, or that's someone that really wants to buy?
They have no life.
You have quality traffic coming through in the holidays.
Sure.
And escrow has fewer transactions, so they're more readily available. Title companies are more readily available with preliminary reports and looking at easements and all. And so you basically have a freeway that's reverse commute. You don't have congestion. The transaction's going to go a lot more smoothly.
Absolutely.
A lot of great information. So if you want to, I think you
Brent.
sold the point, Brent. I think we got it. The bottom line is, if you're ready to sell your house, do it when it's best for your family.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Be sure to set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. If you want to meet any of our guests, Lance Indes, Brent Humpherys, give me a call. I will put you in touch with them. Thanks to all of our sponsors. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. If you have any questions, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun, have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Good job, guys.
R.E.A.P 1700 AM Decatur Balikamot.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700. Where do more